Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be release those who never cared about you. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. Pay this video forward to anyone who can use it. It's not exclusive to narcissism, however, that will be what I'm focusing on. So, the narcissistic relationship, let's say you're still in it. You're looking to exit it. You have exited it. Perhaps there are other individuals you've discovered after you discovered narcissism that they didn't have your best interest at heart also. Maybe these are even direct family members, past relationships, aunts, uncles, moms, dads, neighbors, business associates, friends, people in communities and or organizations you once were a part of or still are. The point being, you can't unsee what you've seen, and releasing those people that don't have your best interest at heart or that didn't serve you. This is the path. Now, when I say release, I mean you don't give them your attention. You don't focus on them. Now, when you were in the narcissistic relationship, let's remember a few things. You were being manipulated. You were being taken advantage of. You were on that hamster wheel, spinning around and around and around. You were being controlled by the puppeteer, the master manipulator, the narcissist. And this individual placed you exactly where they did. They knew what they were doing when they entered the relationship with you, first of all. No matter what form of relationship it was, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, lover, romantic interest, roommate, whomever they are or were, this individual knew what you possessed, what you brought to the table, your empathy, your beautiful, bright, shining light, your energy, your abundance, your glow, everything that makes you you. And they wanted to take that from you for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship until you found my channel and got your first light bulb moment. And then you said to yourself, oh my goodness, this person really didn't have my best interest at heart. And it's my mom, it's my dad, it's my brother, it's my sister, it's my teacher, it's my neighbor, it's my alleged best friend of 50 years. You're understanding because you're becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered, and now you're seeing the world through a different set of eyes post-narcissistic relationship. One thing I can assure you that you will do when you are ready, if you have healed properly, because I've done this, is you will release people that don't serve you. You will let them go. You will say your condolences in your mind. You will celebrate the relationship for whatever it was, meaning, yes, they were in your life for a period of time and you thought that they had your best interest at heart, but they didn't, they don't, and they never will. Again, this is not exclusive to the narcissist. This is to people around you. I'm talking from the minute you were born up into and including this very minute right now. You've gone through a lot of challenges, as have I. You've been encountering behaviors, more and more toxic behaviors as time goes by, I can assure you. And you may say, well, why is that, Andrew? You're right, I don't get it. I'll tell you, it's very simple. First of all, a few years ago, we had a pandemic. Second of all, the smartphone. Third of all, the internet. And fourth of all, isolation, not only by the narcissist, but isolation in general. A lot of people are spending more and more time alone. And what are they doing? The non-narcissistic individuals are introspecting. They're taking stock of themselves and their relationships, and they're figuring out what serves them and or what doesn't serve them. Remember, it is vitally important to know what you want in a relationship, and equally as important, if not more important, to know what you don't want out of a relationship. You've learned this lesson, or you're learning the lesson now on my channel, because it's not good enough anymore to just say what you want and roll with the punches and just go with the flow. No, those days are long over. We now have boundaries. We are now not people pleasers. We can now say the strongest word in the English language, which is no. Remember, when you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. Get the message loud and clear. But releasing the relationships that don't serve you, this is so important. Perhaps today is the day that you finally said goodbye to the narcissistic relationship. Perhaps it was last week, last month. Perhaps it was almost 3 years ago. Who knows when it was? The point is, you are out of the relationship. You have now drawn the line in the sand. You won't tolerate the poor behavior any longer. You won't fall for the mask. You won't continue to believe that, yes, this person can change, and that, yes, one breadcrumb a month of fake affection or adoration will suffice. That doesn't work any longer. What works is you, your abundance, your energy. Remember, where you place your attention is where you place your energy. And what you were doing when you were in the narcissistic relationship is you were placing your attention and energy on the narcissist. Remember, you had a schedule many times. You had to pick them up at a certain hour. You had to be dressed a certain way. Your hair had to be a certain way. You could or could not speak with individuals. You were reporting back to the narcissist. You were living their life, doing what they wanted. The whole time you were being invalidated. You were being devalued. You were being gaslit. You were being stonewalled, given the silent treatment, ghosted. You were expected to tolerate their poor behavior, and you did it for a length of time, which was the body of the relationship, until you finally woke up and you said, wait, why am I putting up with this? I'm looking around my friendships and my other friend circles and people. They don't have a spouse or a friend like this. What they have is genuine reciprocity, if that's the word, if I said it correctly. In other words, they have a reciprocal relationship where two people respect each other. They walk into the same room or building at the same time, perhaps even holding hands. They look at each other in their eyes and pause and let the other person respond to words that they shared, and they go back and forth like a tennis match. They don't over talk. They don't shout. They don't throw rage fits. They don't invalidate. They don't demand or expect things from another individual. That is exactly what you did in the narcissistic relationship, and so much more. Point being, releasing the relationships that don't serve you. This is instrumental on the healing path, because now that you've identified that one individual perhaps, or maybe a few or more, are narcissists or people you don't want in your life, the evolution, the process, the path is naturally to go down different rabbit holes and identify other people in your life that perhaps you were oversharing with, or experiencing, you were sharing more about your life with them than that you should have. And what would they be doing? They would be consuming what you shared. They would most likely be reporting it back to other individuals and not be there for you when you needed them. In other words, it was a one-way relationship, just like the narcissistic relationship. Think about how many times you have an individual, or in the past, you had an individual call you up and just consume your energy. And they would just say, hey, I just need 5 minutes of your time. Just help me out with this one thing. And that became a pattern. It happened once a week, then it happened twice a week, then it would happen every other day, then it happened basically daily. Next thing you know, you're ingrained in this strange relationship where this one individual is just spewing out words that make no sense to you. They're talking about themselves almost as if it's a recording on autopilot. They are not pausing to let you interject your thoughts or talk about yourself. It's just a one-way relationship. And what are they doing? Well, I'll tell you what they're doing. They're trying to get close to you and glom onto you, steal your energy, steal your empathy, steal your time. That's what they want to do. Because why? Because these individuals need people. Remember, you don't need people. Now, I'm not saying you don't need friends and romantic interests and healthy relationships. I'm saying you don't need people to regulate yourself. You can just be. You can just take a trip and go to the ocean for a day, reflect upon your life, figure out where you have been, where you are, and more importantly, where you are going. That's the path. That's what I do each and every day. I take my time, whether I'm in the jungle, the ocean, the woods, the wilderness, anywhere. I frequently take stock of myself, and I suggest you do the same thing. Side note, pro tip, get a journal, get a good journal and a good pen, and use this for yourself. Use it to benefit yourself. Write down your thoughts, your ideas, your emotions, your feelings, your expressions. Write down your goals, your dreams, your aspirations about you, not about another individual. Focus on yourself. Slow your life down. Take stock in yourself. If not now, when? Getting back on track, releasing the relationships that don't serve you. You will find out there are so many of them. Again, like I mentioned earlier, many of them are in your immediate family. Many people that you thought, just because you shared blood with, that they would have your best interest at heart and they would be there for you in a pinch or when the chips were down. You found out that they weren't, they won't, and they never will be. You found out that many people, whether you are blood related or not, are self-serving, and they care about themselves, and they care about what you provide for them and what you can do for them. And they care about not providing for you. Think about it. Think about how many times, let's take a vacation or a holiday. How many times did you or do you have to travel somewhere to visit a family member? Maybe it's a couple hours, maybe it's a different state, country, whatever. But you frequently have to go visit them, don't you? That's right. Why? I'll tell you why. Because most likely that person has bullied you into you going and spending your time, your gas, your energy to get there. And when you get there, you're completely treated like the furniture in the room. You're not treated with respect, and yet you keep going back over and over and over again. Why do you keep doing that? I'll tell you why. Most likely because your childhood, the way you were brought up, and you're being guilted into maintaining that relationship, which doesn't serve you, but it serves perhaps your parents or whoever you're going to visit, because they're accustomed to you always showing up for that holiday or that event. Well, the energy on the planet is shifting, and it's shifting rather quickly. What is your time better spent doing? Saving that trip, gas money, time, energy for yourself, maybe taking a couple day trip to the beach, the ocean, the woods, the wilderness, Airbnb, whatever you want, but investing in yourself? Or is it better to take that 10-hour drive to a different part of the world spend all of your energy to get up there and be treated just like a couch or a chair or a toaster. Think about it. It happens all the time. I hear it frequently. That's why many people on the planet are beginning to shift their energy into themselves. That is what we must do. That is why we must release toxic relationships, release relationships that don't serve us. No matter how long you've known these individuals, you may have lifelong friends. Maybe you grew up as in the same neighborhood and you always thought that these people and or that person had your best interest at heart. They were always there for you. They were always there in the pinch when you needed them. And perhaps they were when you were younger. But as time went by, they exposed themselves. Remember, everybody reveals themselves in time. Every single one of us shows who we are when the chips are down and when things are going well. What you want and who you want on your side are people that are there for you when the chips are down, when you're at your lowest, when you are experiencing the dark night of the soul, which I created a video on, when you are isolated, you're left for dead during a pandemic, and you're crumbled up like a sheet of paper on the freeway, left by yourself. How many people were there for you, with you, by your side when that happened? Right there. Now, if you understand and resonate with my comment, please help the newbies out below. There will be a mountain of work that you will have to do. I had to do it. And each and every day, my hope is you're getting the wisdom, you're becoming educated, awakened, you're getting stronger, you are having light bulb moments, you're realizing your value, your worth, and that many people wanted to steal your energy from you, but they can't do it any longer because you can't unsee what you've seen. You've now gone through one of the most toxic relationships known to humankind. You've conquered it, or you are conquering it. You're reaching that pinnacle of indifference, that mountaintop of indifference when you just flat out don't care. Not only about the narcissist and those people that the narcissist surrounded themselves with, but virtually everybody who doesn't serve you. You now have boundaries. You now know your value. You now know that you are the educated empath. Another video I created recently, check it out. What the educated empath is an individual who now knows that they have a high level of empathy. And yes, for all you naysayers, empathy does exist. If you're saying it doesn't exist, it's because you don't possess it. Think about what I'm sharing with you. So empaths unite. You offer this planet so much. What you do is you equal out the toxicity on the planet. You're beautiful, bright, shining lights just like me. The point being, when you are an educated empath, what that means is not only have you identified yourself as an empath, but you've gone through the fire. You've risen through the ashes like a phoenix post-narcissistic relationship. You are now in the third version of yourself. You are now galvanized. You are stronger. You are fortified. You are resilient. You are fearless. You are committed. And you know the direction you want to be going in. That is something most people never reach. You are reaching it. You are on the path because you're on the channel. You're getting the wisdom. You're sharing your experiences with the community. You are understanding exactly that you are where you're meant to be on the planet right now. Whether you want to think you are or aren't where you belong, unfortunately, it's true. That is a tough pill to swallow for many people, myself included a few years ago. I did not believe I was where I was because I believed I should be somewhere else. Nothing could have been further from the truth. I had to practice radical acceptance and understand that, in fact, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be right now, which is, in this case, creating this video in front of this tree. And where are you? Maybe you're on an airplane. Maybe you're waking up. Maybe you're going to bed. Maybe you're having a coffee. Maybe you are relaxing poolside. Maybe you're on a walk. Maybe you're bike riding. Who knows where you are? But the point is, you're exactly where you're meant to be. If you were meant to be somewhere else, you would be there. Think about it right now. It's so simple once you see it. If you really believe you should be somewhere else, you would be there. Enough of that. The point being, the educated empath is a rare breed. We are a few and far between individual. Not the best English, but you get my point. But we are growing in numbers because we're now understanding that these narcissistic relationships and these relationships that we must release, they pinned us down. They had us. They had us tricked, trapped, manipulated, stuck in the narcissistic fog, stuck in the everyday fog, stuck in the nonsense of just doing the same old thing that everyone else does. Now we don't do that. Now we carve our own neural pathways. Now we make our own path. Now we take the path less traveled. Now we create and understand our value. That's what we must do. We are no longer being held to the puppet master, i.e. the narcissist. Those people are now gone. They're blocked. We've gone no contact. We've removed all fly monkeys and people associated with the narcissist, and not just the narcissist, but people in general. That's what I'm sharing on the video. You must release relationships that don't serve you, no matter what the individual says. Remember, actions speak louder than words. Anybody can talk. Most anybody can talk. And they can sell you a bill of goods, just like the narcissist did. But if their actions don't match up, no. 2-strike rule in place here. Remember, in baseball, there are 3 strikes. 1, 2, 3, you're out. I've implemented a 2-strike rule a couple of years ago. Many of you, some of you have implemented a 1-strike rule. God bless you. Point being is there is less time for individuals who don't serve you, and there is more time now for you. That's a beautiful thing. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. Remember, releasing relationships, it's not announcing to people saying, hey, I'm not your friend any longer. I can't be a part of your life. You just slowly fade them away. You don't have to explain anything. You don't have to give excuses. What you need to do is conserve your energy for yourself. And when your cup is full, I'm talking using the airplane analogy, when you hit turbulence at 30,000 feet, 20,000 feet, the oxygen mask drops. You have to put your mask on before you can help your neighbor. When you do that in real life, that is the path. That is when you can give back and help the community and or society and or loved and trusted ones around you. But no longer, as I mentioned in the Educated Empath video, do you just give your empathy and or time, money, love, energy away for free to people who don't respect it and don't reciprocate it. That's not what we do any longer. So guys, remember, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I'm sending you abundance, love, beauty, positive energy, enlightenment. Continue on the path. You are not alone, no matter where you are on the planet. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys.